Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Ernest Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our video. There is an elite Friday night matchup in the Pac-12 between two top 20 teams on FS1, with the Utah Utes traveling on the road to the Oregon State Beavers. Me and WillND preview and predict this big Pac-12 matchup, and we decide whether we feel like the Utah Utes, with or without Cam Rising, can get a big road win at Oregon State, or whether the Beavers will avenge their last week's loss to Washington State and get a big win over the Utah Utes at home.
Utah and Oregon State, man.
FS1. This game should not be on FS1. This is a top 20 matchup.
DJ needs to play better than he did in Pullman, man. Like, DJ he looks like last year's DJ and not 2020 DJ. And
yeah, I mean,
think that'll be the difference in this one.
I know that USC Colorado being on the big new kickoff on Fox because it's Deion Sanders and it's USC. They're the brand. But this game's going to be better, more than likely. This game should be on Fox if you're going off how good the game's probably going to be, more than likely. But these two schools aren't brands like USC is, and then with Deion being a brand in his own right. So it's on FS1, but people should definitely tune in if they can. Utah, this is interesting because Cam Rising, whether he plays or not, if he plays, will he be ready for this game? Because can you just thrust him back into a road environment against a top 20 team? Would he be able to just plug in and play? Versus if you don't play him and you got Nate Johnson, or you have Bryson Barnes, if Kyle Whittingham gives him another crack at it, will they be able to handle this environment? Because they beat Baylor. They beat Baylor, but that was not impressive how they beat Baylor. And Baylor's not good. So they were able to beat Florida, and they were able to beat UCLA, but both of those games were at home. So I don't know. This is going to be a really tough game to pick. DJ Uiagalelei, like you said, did not play good last week compared to what we were expecting him to play like, the way he had been playing earlier against those weaker opponents for Oregon State, and the way he played against Notre Dame and Boston College that first season that he stepped in for Trevor Lawrence. Martinez is a good back for Oregon State. I don't know. This game is going to be really close. I'm going to let you pick first.
Gosh darn it, man. I don't know.
I'm back and forth. It's 50-50 because, like I said, I don't trust Utah on the road. Utah at home, it's like a secret weapon. Rice Eccles, one of the most underrated environments in college football, even though I feel like it's been getting more love lately for how many they just keep winning at home no matter what. But it's an insane environment that helps them so much. When they're on the road, Utah's a completely different team. I mean, they almost lost to Baylor. Baylor is not great. So, I don't know.
Yeah, we have Larry here.
Last home game for Oregon State was 26-9 against San Diego State. Interesting.
I don't know, man. I'm going to go 24-20 Oregon State.
I mean, Utah, I know Buckeye Mike says Utah by 3. I don't know, man. I think that Utah is probably the better team than Oregon State if Cam Rising's in the lineup. But since we don't know if he is or not, and even if he is, will he be able to just play in that environment like that? He won't have a tune-up game. I'm going to go with Oregon State 28-24. I think that Utah, if it was at home, I'd pick them easily. And if Cam Rising was healthy and we knew that he'd been playing a couple weeks, I'd pick them as well. But since we don't know with him and it's at Oregon State and Oregon State's coming off that tough loss, I think they're going to bounce back. I'm going to go Beavers 28-24.
Man, if I lived on the West Coast, I would go to this game. $38 for each game.
Oh, man, that's great. Like, you talk about some of these East Coast games, they're like $100, $150 sometimes for these massive games. 38, that's good. Good environment, too. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below whether you think that the Oregon State Beavers or the Utah Utes will win this game and why. What you think about me and WillND's pick for this big Pac-12 matchup. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description, and I will see you next time.